Vlad. I sing and play guitar in Utro and Motorama. I was a fan of the bands from the Soviet Union who played new wave and post-punk and like alternative rock music. I'm interested in folk music, Russian folk music, and that's the connection. I think it started from MySpace times, when MySpace was the main music media, social media. I don't want to sound too pretentious in that case, but that's the real thing. We were sitting in Rostov uploading music on internet. It was the time without all this like iTunes and Spotify. And we had 2 Motorama EPs there. People somehow found our music and we were in touch. Like via internet, some promoters asked us to come and play. I'm not a huge expert in Russian scene because we're living outside Moscow and I can only see what's happening like, through the internet and social media. I'm more into bands from the 80s and I think they're very different. We took their, like, I don't know, is it correct to say like tradition, but this 80s tradition and we use their rules, their experience. I think it was a connection of like of people from different countries in Europe or in other parts of the world, and some people from Soviet Union, they just discovered this music and they're trying to make it like their way. Some bands nowadays they also know lots of bands from the 80s or from the 70s, and they are reading about these bands. There's so many books right now, and they're inspired by the whole scene of the, for example, music in Leningrad in the 80s. But in 90s it was total disaster. Most no bands, nothing, only huge concerts on stadiums for, and all that scene became very commercial, not so sincere, not so interesting. It's changing in a good way, I think. We have lots of bands that are trying to be total, like independent. It's very easy to record music nowadays. So you can have iPad or like a simple computer, you can upload the album.
There is no special connection between countries and maybe people who are listening to music. Sometimes it's surprisingly many people, like in Mexico City, come to concert. All of us were up for exchange and for sharing experience and in always cultural and social. And I think people in Mexico and in Russia, they have some similar things. They are very passionate for music, for example, or for cinema, theater. They take it very close. We will be happy if more cultural acts from Mexico come to Russia. For me, it was a great experience. I think for the guys, it was also very nice, very emotional. We play in Rostov for like 60 people, and now we're here with 300 or something. And there's great energy. We hope to have a chance to come back maybe later this year or next year.